I'm probably gonna run some Geometry Dash over this video. Also, subscribe. Now that Avatar 3 has been released, I have to say I just don't like the Avatar franchise at all. Now, I think the entire point of this franchise was its special effects, and that's why I was like it was good when there was just one Avatar movie made in 2009, but now we're making these like easily 16 years after, and we have two more ready. Now, just imagine it's 2009 and James Cameron's Titanic is still the highest grossing movie ever. And then he releases another one called Avatar. And now this movie is heavily using 3D. I mean, it encourages you to use the 3D glasses. And people don't go to it at first, but later more and more people start flocking in, and more people start raving about how good the special effects are. Notice how I'm still talking about special effects. Like I said, the story is just pretty bare bones, but the special effects is what people came there for. And now, after this slow burn of people just coming in just because of other people talking about how good the special effects are, it ends up making around $2.8 billion, and it becomes a new highest grossing movie. Now, when I say Avatar was a slow burn, I mean it was a slow burn. If you look at the original film's box office domestic opening, it is way less compared to the 2022 sequel. But if you look at their total earnings, I mean, the 2022 one is far behind. And that's because, like, this movie basically just squatted in theaters for a full ass year. It just, people just, like, kept coming to it, and, like, it barely left the theaters. Like, when people see movies, you usually expect like a huge drop off each week after the domestic opening, but that wasn't the case for Avatar. Avatar was different. But now with this new third movie, it has a way lower domestic opening than the second one back in 2022, and I don't think it's going to be a slow burn. I think this movie, yeah, it's made a lot of money right now, but I think this movie will just start to show a decline in money for this franchise. And that's because, special effects can't carry a movie for long. I mean, if you look at the difference between the 2007 Avatar and the 2022 Avatar, I mean, yeah, there's a huge difference, but in that time, we've had Avengers Endgame, we've had Interstellar, we've had so many other movies that show like visual effects at its finest, and now I just don't think Avatar can rely heavily on it if its story is ass. Also, you kind of have to understand the mentality behind these new Avatar movies. Now it's just more of a cash grab, and the two other ones that are going to come out are also just going to be there for the money. Like, yeah, sure, these movies won't make the same amount of money as like the first one, but dude, they're still making a crap ton of money. I mean, like, would you rather just make like a comedy movie that's probably gonna get like $4 million, or another Avatar movie that, yeah, sure, it costs like as much as maybe building a rocket ship to go to the moon, but like, bro, the amount of returns they get on this movie series, even though like the story has as much personality as like a hot dog from Costco, like, bro, they're just gonna keep making it until eventually it no longer becomes profitable, which might just be a far long ways away. But for now, what all we could do is just watch as each Avatar movie is just make less and less money. Also, we have to talk about James Cameron and how, after making Titanic and Avatar and basically having two movies that ruled the top spot of the highest grossing movies of all time for maybe around 20 years, as soon as Avengers Endgame overtook Avatar in box office gross, he was like, nah, he just released it in China again and overtook Avengers Endgame. Like, come on, how petty do you have to be to just do that? And I bet a lot of people have already like given backlash for that, but I don't think he really cares. He's just like rolling in money right now. But it's whatever. Don't watch the Avatar movies. And if you do, just wait until they come to streaming or whatever. I don't think it's worth it to just go in theaters anymore.